Step one for the cauliflower pizza crust is to saute the cauliflower. So we're going to add some oil, some butter, let that melt. We're going to add 3 cups of grated cauliflower, tablespoon of crushed garlic. Don't want to miss out on the garlic. Tablespoon of basil. Tablespoon of thyme. Good pinch of salt. And some pepper. Not too much, just a little hint. And we're going to saute that for about 6 or 7 minutes until the cauliflower is translucent. So once the cauliflower is nicely cooked and translucent, you get to wait for a few minutes while it cools down. It doesn't have to be cold, just it doesn't want to be really hot. And then we're going to put it in the blender with some cheese and some eggs. So the next step is to put the cauliflower into a blender. And the thyme and the basil are optional if you prefer to have a crust that's kind of more like just a white flour crust. I just like the extra flavor and how it makes it taste more like, I don't know, homemade. It's pretty good. So you're going to take a generous cup of grated mozzarella cheese, add that to your cauliflower. 2 preferably farm fresh, super healthy, organic eggs, or just 2 eggs. You want to blend it into a nice paste. It doesn't want to be too thin, but you just want it not to be lumpy. Okay, so now turn your oven on to 400 degrees. And we're going to spread these out on some parchment paper to make the pizza crust. So the next step is to actually lay out the cauliflower pizza dough onto some parchment paper. And this should be between a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch thick. So there we go, the pizza crusts are now ready to go into the oven to be baked. Once you put them in, it should be at 400 degrees, and then let them sit at that for about 3-4 minutes, then turn it down to 325 and wait about a 1/2 hour. So now you just want to peel them off the parchment paper, let them cool a bit, dress them up, and then we're going to bake them again for about another 10-15 minutes. Okay, so for pizza number 1, I'm going to do some pesto. This is cilantro, parsley, watercress pesto. And I think I'll do a little bit of chorizo. And then some nice yummy balsamic onion jam that I just made, just by grilling onions for about 10 minutes with a bit of stock, a bit of oil, pepper, salt, and then just at the end you make a little, throw in some balsamic and make a bit of a jam with it. Nice flavors, really sweet. Balance out some of the other flavors on this one. Oh, freshly grated zucchini. And I think I'm going to go for this one some aged cheddar. This is organic unpasteurized cheese. And I think that will be good. For pizza number 2, I think we'll go with some salsa instead of a typical pizza sauce. Not too much because it gets pretty wet and it'll pour over and drip all over the place, but just enough to have that yummy flavor. some salami, I think. This is actually a Parmesan coated Genovese salami, I think. And then some freshly sliced garlic. Not so great for date night, but if it's a solo evening, why not? A little bit of peppers. Some mozzarella cheese. Actually, before the cheese, I'm going to throw in some freshly sliced shiitake mushrooms, I think. And then some mozzarella. And then some dried chili flakes, I think. Great thing about pizza is it's pretty hard to mess it up. As long as it's full of good stuff, it's going to taste good. Just going to chop them up. So there you go, cauliflower pizza crust. Any kind of toppings you can imagine, great for movie night. And just keep in mind you're eating mostly vegetables, mostly plants, good protein, good fat. So again, cook well, eat well, and be well. Enjoy.